Hello, everyone, and welcome to What Are You Reading Wednesdays? I'm your hostess, Beth, and we're just going to get started. What Are You Reading Wednesdays is something I started on my blog a couple of years ago, and I just didn't keep up with it. But I feel like the BookTube video format is going to be better for me. Now, What Are You Reading Wednesday consists of me telling you a little bit about what I'm reading and then asking you to let me know what you're reading. Since it's a video, I'm going to go ahead and include a short review over something I have finished in the past week or so. So, what I'm reading right now, as I mentioned in my goal video on Sunday, is buried somewhere next to me, Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. I haven't gotten very much further into it, but it is fabulous. I'm really enjoying it. The pages go by a lot more quickly than you think they're going to. And my review is actually going to be a set of 3 reviews. So first, I got sent If You Were Me and Lived in Italy, A Child's Introduction to Culture Around the World by Carol P. Roman, illustrated by Kelsey Waringa. I hope I said that correctly. And they have this whole series, If You Were Me and Lived in Australia, China, France, Greece, Hungary, India, Kenya, Mexico, Norway, Peru, Portugal, Russia, Scotland, South Korea, and Turkey. And this is obviously, as it said, something that is supposed to teach children a little bit about Italy. Now, it's very cute. I like the very simple illustrations that are in this. However, my issue with this book is that it's meant for early elementary students, I believe. However, I taught 5th graders who would have problems being able to remember all the information that's on some of these pages. Like the very first page says, If you were me and lived in Italy, and then it has the pronunciation of Italia in parentheses. Your home would be called the Republic of Italy, and it would be found in the southern part of Europe. It is often called lo stivale, or the boot, because it is shaped like one. Now, I know 5th and 6th graders, and even the 6th, 7th, and 8th graders that I substitute for now, that some of them would have issues, and not ones that you would typically think would have issues, but, just the normal kids going to class that might have problems. This one says, on March 8th, you would notice yellow mimosa flowers everywhere. Your siblings and you would pick them and present them to the important women in your lives to celebrate La Festa de Adana, or International Women's Day. All women get into national museums for free. That's interesting information, but it's a lot of information. So expecting the kids that this type of book is obviously meant for to be able to go from this sort of page to that kind of page, just a little bit much for me, and I feel like it would be frustrating for them. The information is good, and the writing is okay, and I like the illustration because I feel like the kids are going to be frustrated by it. Next, I have Take Your Mama to Work Today by Amy Reichert, pictures by Alexandra Boiger. I picked this up with my daughter from Hastings the other day. She, I've mentioned 1,000 times, she loves to read, and she's 3, so one of the things I love is that the hardcover has the same picture as the dust jacket, which is fabulous. I love that. We do have the dust jacket, and we're keeping it, but there you go. And she pointed out to me that in the front cover, it's got the red umbrella closed through the entire story. Every picture she's got, except for the very first page, she has the red umbrella with her somewhere in the office. Well, there are a couple of pictures. I guess she doesn't have it, but there's somewhere in the office is this red umbrella. The very last page, instead of the red umbrella being closed and by itself, it's protecting her and Mommy leaving work. And this was a very cute book. The illustrations are adorable, and the story is written a little girl telling you how to work when you take your mommy to work, when you have to go to work with your mommy. You go to the office, and these are the things you do. And she's like, you'll go to the office, and there will be this nice lady, and she'll show you where her secret candy drawer is. They'll say, "You're so cute." If the boss says he's too busy, don't worry about it. This is the perfect time to get started on all the important work you have to do. This gets 4.5 stars from me. It's great. It was a great read with my daughter. And then finally, Stories for 3-year-olds. This is by Tiger Tales, and this is another one we got when we went to Hastings. It has very, very bright, colorful pictures, and the stories are short enough that my daughter stayed interested in them. They're cute enough that I have fun reading them to her. She has fun talking to me about them. And both of us, we are both suckers for art. My mother illustrates a lot for me. We have art everywhere in the house. And each story starts out with a little kind of front paper for the story itself. So this very first one has just a ball of yarn and knitting needles and the start of a sweater. And then she pointed out to me when the story finished that it had the same ball of yarn and knitting needles. So it kind of gives you that completion of the story. And we really enjoyed that. And this is just great. It's got stories by different people, and it has poetry and just very, very cute things that can keep a 3-year-old and her mommy well attentive to the book instead of up running around and pulling hair out. So those are my quick review and my what I'm reading. So what are you reading? Let me know down below, or tell me if you've got a video up. I would love to see people start doing What Are You Reading Wednesdays on their own channels. So if you do, let me know. Until next time, bye.